Welcome to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe for more lessons.
Knight from h6 to d4. h6, f5, d4. Knight from h3 to d1. h3, f2, d1. Knight from a1 to d4. a1, b3, d4, or a1, c2, d4. Knight from h2 to d4. h2, f2, f3, d4. Knight from a3 to d6. a3, c4, d6, or a3, b5, d6. Knight from h7 to e4. h7, or h7, g5, e4. Knight from h1 to f5. h1, g3, f5. Knight from a4 to e2. a4, c3, e2. Knight from a7 to d4. a7, c6, d4, or a7, b5, d4. Knight from h3 to f7. h3, g5, f7. Knight from h4 to d2. h4, f3, d2. Knight from h5 to d3. h5, f4, d3. Knight from a5 to c1. a5, c1. Knight from h8 to f4. h8, g6, f4. Knight from h2 to e5. h2, f3, e5, or h2, g4, e5. Knight from h2 to f6. h2, g4, f6. Knight from h5 to e8. h5, f6, e8, or h5, g7, e8. Knight from a6 to e4. a6, c5, e4. Knight from h8 to d6. h8, f7, d6. Knight from a1 to c5. a1, b3, c5. Knight from h8 to e5. h8, f7, e5, or h8, g6, e5. Knight from a2 to e4. a2, c3, e4. Knight from a3 to c7. a3, b5, c7. Knight from a4 to e6. a4, c5, e6. Knight from a8 to e6. c7, e6. Knight from a4 to c8. a4, b6, c8. Knight from a1 to e3. a1, c2, e3. Knight from h1 to e4. e4. h1, f2, e4, or h1, g3, e4. Knight from a2 to c6. a2, b4, c6. Knight from a6 to e8. c7, e8. Knight from a3 to e1. a3, c2, e1. Knight from h6 to e3. h6, f5, e3, or h6, g4, e3, e3. Knight from h7 to f3. h7, g5, f3. Knight from a6 to c2. a6, b4, c2. Knight from h6 to d8. h6, f7, d8. Knight from a7 to c3. a7, b5, c3. Knight from h7 to d5. h7, f6, d5. Knight from h1 to d3. h1, f2, d3. Knight from h3 to d5. h3, f4, d5. Knight from a4 to d7. a4, c5, d7, or a4, b6, d7. Knight from a8 to c4. a8, b6, c4. Knight from h4 to d6. f5, d6. Knight from h5 to f1. h5, g3, f1. Knight from a5 to e7. a5, c6, e7. Knight from a5, e3. a5, c4, e3. Knight from a5 to d8. a5, c6, d8, or a5, b7, d8. Knight from a2 to d5. c3, d5, or a2, b4, d5. Knight from h4 to f8. h4, g6, f8. Knight from a3 to e5. a3, c4, e4, e5. Knight from a6 to d3. a6, c5, d3, or a6, b4, d3. Knight from h4 to e7. h4, f5, e7, or h4, g6, e7. Knight from a7 to e5. a7, c6, e5. Knight from h3 to e6. h3, f4, e6, or h3, g5, e6. Knight from a8 to d5. a8, c7, d5, or a8, b6, d5. Knight from h5 to d7. f6, d7. Knight from h6 to f2. h6, g4, f2.